co-main event, Raymond Muratalla against Diego Torres. Two fighters with knockout powers. 35 fights total, only 3 had gone the distance. This one, Tim, did not as expected because Raymond Muratalla was a master at not only the range, but at connecting his right hand and neutralizing the best weapon that Diego Torres had coming in, his left hook. He was unable to be efficient with that because Raymond Muratalla just wore him down from the first round until the stoppage in the...
Here, let me stop right there. Raymond Muratalla, Taya, how you pronounce it? I'm sorry. I've been butchering it for the last couple of years now. It usually takes a few fights for me to get fighters' names together, so forgive me. It's been going on for a decade now almost, so I need to get it together. But he stopped Diego Nunez last night on the undercard, or I guess you can say it's a co-feature. It's definitely was a co-feature, not a chief support, but a co-feature of F.A. Ajagba versus Joe Goodall. This is November 4th edition of Top Rank on ESPN. I don't know if it was on regular ESPN or ESPN Plus last night. I watched on ESPN Plus. I watched most of my fights on ESPN Plus. But anyway, moving on. Tim Bradley says that he thinks that Muratalla can beat Devin Haney. I personally haven't seen enough yet. 19-0 with 16 KOs, 26 years old. He's training with Robert Garcia. Jeremiah Nakathila, he stopped him in 2 rounds. We covered that on the channel. That was impressive, especially what Nakathila did to Miguel Burchelt. Nunez, he was dominant throughout, stopped him in the 8th. In fact, that stoppage is coming up right now in these highlights.
It was a completely dominant victory from Raymond Muratalla, who now improves to 19-0, 16 of his victories by stoppage. And this is the knockdown here in the 8th round. A nice uppercut, left hook combination. He goes down.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, he's good, but, you know, as I've gotten older covering boxing and right now I've got hundreds of fights under my belt on YouTube. It takes some time for me, you know, these type of things don't impress me anymore, where I'm saying like, yo, he's going to be the next guy. Because what normally happens is a fighter, before they get, and it's been happening a lot in recent memory, before a fighter can get to that next level, they always have that one fight where they're somewhat exposed. For example, in recent memory, when Boots Ennis didn't look good a couple of fights ago, they were like, oh, he's not, he ain't beating Crawford. People was talking all that shit before he was going to beat Crawford. Devin Haney, when he got cracked by Jorge Linares and his performance against Loma, even though that was Loma. Who else? Teofimo Lopez. Even I fell for it when he didn't look good against Nakatani. You know, it happens. You know, even Tyson Fury recently struggled against Francis Ngannou. But do I think he can beat Francis Ngannou? You know, yes, in a rematch, I think he's going to probably knock Ngannou out. So I'm waiting for that time to come for Muratalla, especially as he steps up in competition. We're going to hear what Timothy Bradley had to say. But when I'm looking at the 135-pound division, it is stacked. Even with the guys going up to 140. Now, 140 is going to be the place to be in 147 in the next couple of years. But right now, if I was to say, and one thing I love about Top Rank is they move you. You know, you can see where they're going. It's like, okay, we can kind of start gauging the next level they're going to be getting to. So I won't be surprised if they match him. Well, Edwin De Los Santos, he's a PBC fighter. So, you think they will come together? I don't think that Golden Boy will come together. Like, it makes no sense for Muratalla versus Zepeda to fight right now when it could be a bigger fight later on. You kind of get what I'm saying, but Zepeda is due to step up. And I will put Zepeda above, a level above Muratalla right now. Muratalla is a contender, but he's not a higher contender to me than William Zepeda. So I'm trying to look at fights that can possibly, you know, you got Barancheks who's right there. Don't be surprised if they try to get Muratalla up there to be that WBO mandatory, depending on what Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, you know, was going to do. It's a fight they can make in the future. But then again, I won't be surprised if Shakur Stevenson skates off to 140. You know, with George Kambosos fighting, we're waiting to see what happens with Kambosos versus Lomachenko, possibly at the beginning of the year. Boom. Muratalla versus Maxie Hughes. Don't be surprised if they try to get that cooking. Zaire Abdulayev, he's fought Devin Haney as well. Iced Jorge Linares, who recently retired, because I would have probably said, oh, Muratalla Linares, you're probably going to try to do that. But right now, those are the names I'm seeing. Maybe a Maxie Hughes. If PBC wants to lend out De Los Santos again, Oscar Diarte, depending on what happens with him and Ryan Garcia if he loses. The Keyshawn Davis fight, I don't really see that next. Keyshawn Davis, suspended for pot, was heavily rumored to be taking on Jose Pedraza. Muratalla versus Pedraza could probably happen if it falls through with Keyshawn Davis. Those are the fights I see for Muratalla. But right now, I'm not ready to say that he's going to beat a Devin Haney. I'm not ready to say that he's going to, hell no, not yet. I'm not saying that the kid's not the guy. He's 26 years old. I'm not saying the guy's not showing any promise, but I'm just not sold yet. And I think that's fair. So when we talk about the future of the division, let me see what's going on at 130. Those guys at 130 ain't, outside of maybe Navarrete and Oshaki Falsty, even Joseph Cordina with the way he's been looking, I'm not really sold on him. But Muratalla does have a chance to put a stamp on in the 100, to put his name down stamped in the 135-pound division. But right now he's got guys like Keyshawn Davis, Frank Martin, William Zepeda, even Isaac Cruz all ahead of him in that upcoming class of 135-pounders, because let's face it, Devin Haney is pretty much gone from the division. Shakur Stevenson is probably going to follow by time Muratalla gets up there. And then Tank Davis, well, Muratalla's never going to see a Tank Davis if you want to ask me right now. I highly doubt that. So even Ken Bosos is in the mix, but I doubt that Ken Bosos would fight Muratalla. But I don't want to, now we're all in the speculation. If I was to bet, I would say Maxie Hughes, Dennis Baranchek, or Oscar Duarte. That's who I would see for him next. Take time out, like the video, subscribe. TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Thanks for watching. Oh, I didn't forgot to play the clip from Tim Bradley. My bad. Here it is right here.
Him down, did exactly what he wanted to do, took his best punch away from him, which is his left hook, and was able to stop him. I mean, what more can you ask for? Moving forward, this is a kid that deserves a title shot. Really does. We don't know what Haney's going to do after he fights against Regis Prograis, but I can just tell you this, and I assure you this. If he was to fight Devin Haney, I will put my money on Muratallla.
Wow.
Yes, that's how impressed I was.
Mark, you had to pull teeth basically to get a name out of Raymond Muratalla tonight.
Well, he finally said Devin Haney because Devin Haney has 3 of the belts. It's not his style to call people out. And it's a terrible thing to.
Yeah, let's go back to that post-fight interview. Sorry if I'm jumping all around. Let me show y'all something real quick as I'm sitting here looking for this clip. Look what they done did. Now, okay, so look, this is the main card broadcast right here. Boom. As you can see, let me go full screen here. I think this is fucking stupid. They got to fix this because they, okay, so here's the undercards. The main event that's going to come after this, F.A. Jagba versus Joseph Goodall, didn't start till 11 p.m. Eastern. So he headlined the undercard, Muratalla versus Nunez. But look, as you can see, this is the end of the broadcast. 5 hours, 46 minutes. And they read the cards.
And he was getting beat on.
I can't wait to see what's next.
Raymond, congratulations. You just sent a hell of a message.
Yes, sir, man. I mean, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to put on these shows, man, and every day I'm working hard, man, to get these opportunities, man, and I'm showing out.
Listen, you said to me yesterday it's going to be a left hook, right hand, late. That's pretty much what it was. I just didn't see you dominating. I didn't anticipate a complete shutout like this. Did you?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what my team here for. We put in the hard work, man. I'm here to take out these opponents, man, and then I can't wait to see what's next.
Listen, you're not a secret anymore.
Here's to you, Keyshawn.
You know who's out there. There's Kambosos, there's Loma, The Los Santos and Shakur are going to fight soon. And there's Devin Haney. I don't know where he's going to stay. Who do you want?
Listen, man, I'm here to take whoever. I'm here to take whoever, any champion. I hope my next fight is a title fight.
Robert, you ready for a title fight?
Ready for the title fight. No matter who the champion is, we're ready for him.
Is there anyone, look, I wave a magic wand. I say you can have whoever you want. Who's the first guy you want?
Devin Haney. He has the belts at 135. I want those belts.
Hey, I don't know what they were teaching at your father's.
Sadly, he's not going to be seeing Devin Haney anytime soon. He could see him in the future, but it ain't going to be no time soon, especially since Devin Haney's still relatively young. Also, Robert Garcia is building up his stable again. And by the way, Mikey Garcia is back in camp. It's supposed to be a rumored fight exhibition with him and Mayweather, possibly to help kick off and bring notoriety to that new PBC deal they supposedly got going. We'll follow that. But between Muratalla, Centillon, and it's a couple other fighters too. I can't think of the top of my head, but this video is getting a little long, especially since I had to do some jump cuts. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. Here, I'll put my Twitter right here for you. Boom, that's me. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. That's my Twitter right there. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching.